snow isn't only cold, wet, and annoying, it's also a magician hiding things that are in plain sight. And the result of that magic trick could leave you trapped. People are starting to trickle in this morning at Lindenwood Park, where last night police found 34-year-old Christopher Riley. They had been looking for him since last Friday. And you can really see the pupils changing shape really quickly in Diego. Why is that? I've changed my diet a lot in the last year and a half, but I'm still a really lazy person. So here are some of the simple things that I rely on to eat healthier. How do you keep the farm animals cool during one of the hottest weekends of the year, the Red River Valley Fair? Well, at the fair, the livestock is kept cool on a daily basis by high-powered fans and fresh water. We're doing a decent job then, at least.
Oh yes, you guys are staying within the lines, and I love that.
That's a
I feel
charitable
like that.
I gotta wait a couple days before I think about whether or not I'm gonna adopt, but yeah, you're pretty special, aren't you? We'll have one last check of the weather after the break. Well, new this morning, a 20-year veteran of the Moorhead Police Department is charged with driving under the influence. A citizen reported what he thought was an intoxicated man getting into a vehicle outside Mick's office bar in Moorhead around 7 Thursday night. An officer matched the plate description to a vehicle owned by Sergeant Thad Stafford. They found Stafford a half hour later driving that vehicle. Milligan's pickup and the unoccupied car crossed both northbound lanes and ended up in the median. First responders extricated Milligan from the truck and took him to Sanford and Fargo with non-life-threatening injuries. Well, new details this morning. A mother charged with kidnapping after the Grand Forks County Sheriff's Department canceled an Amber Alert for an 18-month girl taken from a social service office. A family member brought 21-year-old Jasmine Davis and her daughter to the sheriff's office around 8:30 Thursday night. Those results on official final canvassing will happen today. In mid-February, authorities referred 5 boys at Colfax High School to juvenile court, accusing them of felonious restraint, terrorizing, hazing, and sexual assault. The superintendent and principal and athletic director all left the district following the assaults. KVRR's Daniel Church talked to community members who voted about why they decided to cast their ballots. We have the results on KVRR.com. Well, also new this morning, you won't see a plane land like this very often. A pilot miraculously not hurt after his crop duster goes down in a Minnesota cornfield. Look at that. 21-year-old Jonathan Oslison says his plane had a mechanical problem as he was preparing to crop dust a cornfield in Watkins, Minnesota. That's in Stearns County. He had to do an emergency landing. The plane came to rest on its nose.
Nose down.
Well, Olivia Lonebear's brother confirms that the Newtown woman's body was found in a pickup pulled from Lake Sakakawea earlier this week. Matthew Lonebear says that Olivia was identified by her tattoos. The truck was recovered from the lake on the Fort Berthold Reservation on Tuesday. A volunteer group began searching the lake with sonar on July 25th and came across a submerged truck. It was pulled from about 30 feet of water, roughly 150 to 200 feet from shore. The 32-year-old mother of 5 was last seen in October driving the pickup in Newtown. The FBI is investigating. Grab your accordions and beer steins. Das German Folk Festival is almost here.
That's right. Guten Tag. KVRR's Maggie Lemire is live at Bowl Farm. She's learning about all
And she's already got
German.
her glass.
Hey.
So do you get to chug whatever may be in the glass when you finish?
Chugging whatever's in the glass when we finish. I mean, it's water, so sure, it's water.
Okay.
Take a little sip.
There you go.
Awesome. Okay, we'll join you. Thanks, Maggie Lemire reporting.
You know, that was what, about a
That was.
minute 30 hit. You start to feel a little bit in
Yeah,
your
glass
muscles.
alone.
Yeah,
These two were holding up the coffee cups for the whole time.
Yeah, this
like,
is nothing compared to what Maggie was doing. Thank you very much, Marshall. Well, it's a time of great tension for recent immigrants all across the nation, and now one metro area police department is addressing it here in our region. Cozy up with your favorite knitted blanket and stay tuned. Good thing TV studios can be kind of cold because I am super comfy right now. I'm joined by Chris Armbrust with the Fiber Arts Festival. Thanks for coming on.
Yay. Yeah,
and the Fiber
glad
Arts
to be
Festival. Here. Yeah, and it's this weekend at the Red River Valley Fairgrounds, and that's a new venue
at the
for you,
Hartle.
right?
Yep, at the Hartle building
At
there.
the Hartle building.
And it's air conditioned, so
Good.
that'll be good.
Plenty of good reason to wear a shawl like this. And let's talk about this
Yes.
a little bit. You said that the yarn for this came from your own personal camel. I didn't know how detailed or how intricate some of this stuff was. I mean, do you think people kind of could have more of an appreciation for the fiber arts and all the work it
Absolutely.
takes? So it's at the Hartle building on the fairgrounds, and you're going to have the animals there. You're going to have the sheep, you're going to have alpacas, you're going to have a bison on Sunday.
Yes, the bison will be there on Sunday, Fury.
That is really exciting. And the best thing I'm most excited about is we'll have alpacas coming up a little later in the show in about a half an hour. They're out in the parking lot now. We'll get to meet them and talk about how they're involved in the fiber arts process.
Absolutely.
So I cannot wait for that.
Absolutely.
So thank you very much for coming on, Chris, and we'll see you a little later in the show.
Perfect.
And we're back with another check of the weather before we get to alpacas, because you got to know the weather. That's after the break. Okay, good looking forecast. Thank you, Marshall. Well, one of the most unlikely one-hit wonders shoots its way to the top of the Billboard Hot 100 charts on this day in 1996. Everyone who mattered in 1996 loved the song. Madeleine Albright and Colin Powell danced to it. It spent 14 weeks at #1, the song that knocked the Macarena off the top. No Diggity by Blackstreet featuring Dr. Dre. That dance was ubiquitous. I remember doing it in gym class in school.
I feel like No Diggity has aged better than the Macarena. I really
Hey,
do.
Macarena.
I'm impressed that you remember it
And
still.
then you jump and you do it again.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, it's timeless and anyone can do it.
Timeless is pushing it, I would say.
I mean, it's timeless from...
Its moment has passed until its, zombie-like resurrection
I mean,
here this morning.
you say Macarena and in a crowded room and most of the people probably go, hey, Macarena. Still ahead on KVRR local news this morning, we don't say hey Macarena, we say Willkommen to the German folk festival coming to town. Maggie Lemire is live with all the Deutschland fun. Are you ready for a taste of Germany here in Fargo? You've been hanging out there all morning. I know you've been saying Guten Tag to us. Have you picked up any more German since you've been immersed in the culture? Well, if you're heading out the door, maybe to go buy some Wiener Schnitzel, we have your fast forecast to help get your Friday started. Like living in the 80s. Thanks, Marshall. Well, the Moorhead City skyline is boasting a brand new look this morning. The redesign on the Woodlawn Water Tower, part of a project started by an artist who brought the idea to city officials 5 years ago. You're talking about it on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. No seatbelt, I bet there's no license. Officers pretended to give the child a ticket, even switched on the blue flashing lights on their cruiser. Fortunately, the toddler got off the hook after he was given a cuteness warning. Why couldn't I get one of those? Photos of the heartwarming moment, now an internet sensation on various social media platforms. In more viral automobile news, a bear destroyed the interior of a car in Colorado, my old stomping grounds, after he got trapped inside the vehicle. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office shared this video. This is where I grew up, man.
This is the best video I've seen.
This does not surprise me. It shows a bear climbing out of a car in the town of Conifer, that's southwest of Denver.
Wow.
Everyone is buzzing about this weekend and being buzzed at is We Fest. I'm actually going tonight for the very first time, so I asked people on Facebook what advice they would have for me as a first-time We Fest attendee. Here's what you guys said. Susie says, drink lots of water, wear good shoes. And the guy who goes by T. Roy on Facebook wrote, drink lots of beverages containing water. Beer has water in it, right? Okay, we are live out in the parking lot with Chris Armbrust and the Fiber Arts Festival. Thank you so much for joining us again.
Glad to be here.
And you brought a couple of your friends. These are Oodles, the orange alpaca, and Noodles, the white alpaca. They are your personal pets, right?
These are my personal pets. Yes, they are.
All right, and you run a fiber mill just south of Fargo, and they live there. And so, how big is alpaca, like arts and crafts, alpaca fiber arts? I can't wait. It's going to be at the Hartle Ag Building at the Red River Valley Fairgrounds tomorrow and Sunday. We'll have information on KVRR.com. Thank you so much for coming on, Chris. Thank you, Oodles. Thank you, Noodles. I really appreciate your time, and we're back right after the break. Now, we were actually getting phone calls yesterday asking about those cats. So they're gonna go fast if you want to get one when they're ready for adoption in a few weeks. Most of my life, I did everything I could to avoid being healthy. I eat everything in front of me. Don't believe me? Just ask my parents.
You like to eat your pizza. We used to tease you that we put pizza sauce in your baby bottles.
Your appetite started when you were months old.
It was obvious to them there was a problem early on. I didn't exercise unless I was forced to.
We enrolled you in karate when you were 4 because you were heavier than you should be, and we thought that you needed to get some exercise.
At least I enjoyed the screaming. Until recently, even when I tried, I sucked at it. Dang, I'm smooth. But my parents were right. I was not healthy. I just didn't listen.
You were a kid. You can't tell kids anything. They gotta learn on your own, which you did.
Problems were creeping up. I broke into a sweat just sitting down. I had high blood pressure. My knee was messed up from carrying my weight. I was about 360 pounds. Even for a 6'6" guy, that's not good. So about a year and a half ago, I took that first terrifying step. I went to the doctor. It wasn't easy.